Hola! So today I wanted to tell you guys that my friend actually reminded me of this, but the worst night of my life, and it just was so bad, it was so boring, it just was a huge waste of my time, a huge inconvenience, and I just thought it would be like, maybe not a funny video, and I can already feel myself getting so annoyed with the people that were involved all over again. But I just was really annoyed, and you'll find out. You'll understand why. But it just was not fun. But before I tell you the story, I just want to do a little outfit tour. Look at how cute this is. It's from Bonds. It's just like a little glitter two-piece situation. I really love it. And of course I have it with a robe. I'm always in a robe, unless I have somewhere to actually be, but you will often see me out in my robes as well. If I'm just running errands or something like that, I can always find an excuse to wear a robe. But other than that, we'll just get back into the video, I guess, and this worst night of my life, and I'm not exaggerating when I tell you it was the single most worst night of my life. I had a really long day. I can tell you that much. I had a really long day. I was already tired, but I had made plans with a friend of mine to see him. Hadn't seen him in a while, but the plans were kind of loose because I knew I was pretty busy. He was pretty busy, and we just kind of said, maybe we'll meet then. If either one of us feels like we can't, we won't, whatever. But I thought I would make the commitment to my friend, try and be a good friend for once, and make sure that I could be available. So I had this long day. I woke up really early. I had an interview for a show that I ended up getting cancelled. So on top of it, I was like, wondering about what was going to happen with this show. And I get home, I make sure I'm ready, the place is ready, I haven't heard from him, but he'll let me know. Either way, it doesn't matter. Maybe the night will be easier for me. So about 45 minutes before he's meant to come over, he texts me and says, I'm still at work, I'm really sorry, I just can't, maybe next weekend or maybe throughout the week, all of that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. I have plenty of other options. I'm not too worried. So I messaged this guy that had been wanting to see me for a while, and anyone that knows me knows that I will drag out meeting you for... There have been times where I've been talking to guys for over a year before I actually meet them. It's just how I am. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, now. Other times I'm like, yeah, we'll get around to it. I'm busy. I'm really sorry. Let me tell you, it's always worth it in the end. But I can acknowledge that that's not always a good trait. So this guy I have been talking to for ages. He wanted to meet me for a really long time. And I thought he was cute. I thought he was nice, funny, cool. All of that good stuff. All the things you want a guy you're about to sleep with to be. And so I'm like, look, if you're not busy tonight's the night, come over. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll come over. So I think, 15 to 30 minutes from then, he comes over and we're talking, and he's asking me all these personal questions, that I probably, not that they were super personal, but asking me about my transition, asking me about my family, and I'm just trying to be really vague because I don't really talk about that kind of stuff, particularly my family, because that's them and this is me. I don't feel like, I feel like it's just kind of, it's personal and it involves other people, so I just don't talk about my family. But anyway, that was fine. We head over to bed. And things seem a bit odd, to say the least. He doesn't know what to do with his hands. He's just kind of almost your first day back at school and you're like, where are my friends? What class do I go to? Do I even want to be here? Maybe I should just drop out and become a stripper. It kind of was that vibe. And so already it was a bit odd. Now we get into the actual penetration of it all. You know, the actual intercourse, not the prelude, not the prequel, none of that. We get down to business. And when I tell you he was a one-pump chump, I am being generous when I say that. If you consider putting it in a pump, a stroke, then sure, he was a one-pump chump. But I have never, and this isn't to shade anyone, these things happen, your body is what your body is. All I can do is take it as a compliment. It went in, and it was quite apparent he enjoyed it. The end. End of game. All dressed up, nowhere to go. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. We just spent about 30 minutes, you know, interrogating me. Things were a bit uncomfortable in the pre-game. And now, Ronda Rousey has knocked that girl out in 1 minute, type of thing. I was let down. But I was like, you know what? I am too tired. I'm too stressed. I've put in too much energy for this night to be something, for it to end here. So, what do? I message this. Normally, I have a cycle of about 4 guys that are pretty reliable, they know what I want, I know what they want, it works out. I don't know what I was thinking this night. I don't know what type of bullshit I was on that I didn't think to just give one of them a call. But I was like, hey, it's the 21st century. You know, I'm a liberated woman. I'm going to try new things. It's adventurous. It's exhilarating. Why don't we find someone else? And let me tell you, I regret that as well. I messaged this guy that I've been messaging. Wait, before I get into this, let me just have a drink because I'm starting to get cotton mouth. I've been obsessed with Pellegrino lately. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me posting a bit with Pellegrino. So, if you like it, pick it up. I mean, it's my favorite water. Anyway, back to this guy. So he's really sweet. He's the nice guy, you know, a typical nice guy. And I'm like, look, it's now or never, buddy. The end. Like, too bad for you, Tootsie Lou, if you have other plans, if you're at a family dinner. It is now or never. I offer it once, you don't take it, never again. I'm like a Birkin. Once we offer you something, you gotta take it or you're never gonna get the opportunity again. So, he comes over, and he takes his time coming over, let me tell you that. It's about 10:30 at this point, and I'm like, I haven't slept for nearly 30 hours. What the fuck? Pull it together. This should be the opportunity of your lifetime, buddy. You don't get this every day. Drive faster. I mean, don't, you know, risk anyone's life, but I'm an impatient person. Anyone that knows me knows that. But we'll get to that later. So this guy shows up. He's really nice. We don't do as much talking as the last guy, thank God. But I'm laying there, and he is on top of me, and it looks like he's moving, okay? It really does. I can feel that his body is moving. Except for one part. The only part that needs to be moving isn't. And I don't understand. I'm confused. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to spice things up. I'm trying to get the movements going, which is very hard to do when you're on your back and the person on top of you, I don't know, maybe has no experience. Maybe I was his first anything ever. I really don't know. And he's a nice guy. I really think he's cool. You know, we still talk, all of that. But just sexually, it's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen again. I wish it didn't happen the first time because I felt nothing. I could feel he was in me. I could see that his body was moving. But it was like he was only moving the top half of his body. And, which is fine, that might work for some gals, but not this one, sweetie. Okay? Not this one. She likes it hard, she likes it fast, and she likes you to know what you're doing. And you, sir, did not. So, anyway, it's somehow, by miracle of God, his penis not moving in... I love that I keep doing this. But somehow he enjoyed that. And thank God, because I was just waiting for that hell to be over. And I was like, no. This isn't it. Okay, we've had a bad run. The guy, one of your regulars, you know, that you go back to after a breakup, that you know, hook up with when you're drunk, couldn't show up. You took a risk on one guy and he let you down. You took a risk on another guy and he dropped the ball. Let's make it a trifecta. And I sure made it a trifecta because this next guy, and I know what you're all probably thinking, 3 guys in one night, oh my God, that's crazy. Look, I'm 22 years old. I can do what I want, okay? I'm not here judging, well, no, I probably am. But regardless, this is just how the night went. It's not how every night goes. I'm just being honest. I'm just telling you what happened. Save your criticism for someone who gives a damn. This third guy, I thought, what's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen? Now, for me to have sex, and this could get a bit graphic, but you need to be prepared. You need to be prepped. You need to make sure there's no unnecessary mess. So, some guys seem to be under the impression that you can just slide it in whenever, and you can't. Okay? And the reason I'm bringing this up isn't because that hadn't happened. Okay? I am always ready, let me tell you. But the energy that it takes to get yourself prepared for some anal penetration, the time it takes, you want return on your investment. And this night, I was not getting return on my investment, okay? This was a liability. I was losing energy, losing time, and to be honest, I may as well have just been losing money. I could have handled that a bit more. Well, anyway, it normally, generally, hair, makeup, douching up, I like to give myself 3 hours, okay? So, after work, I got home, I spent 3 hours getting ready, cancelled, dud, and then this next guy, oh my God. It took him 45 minutes to get to my place. Not because he lived far away, okay? I know this guy from the gym. We're close by. It took him 45 minutes to get to my place because he said, yeah, I can come over. And I was like, okay, cool, come over now. Waited about 5 minutes. Now, some people might say 5 minutes isn't that long. To me, honey, after the night I had, it was an eternity. So I say, have you left yet? And he says, oh, I've just got to have a shower. Okay, well, good, I'm glad. I'm glad. Have a shower. I don't want to tell you not to. So another 10 minutes go by, and I say, have you finished your shower? Have you left yet? Are you on your way? I hope to God you are, because I have patience. I don't have any patience. Patience, I don't know her. Did we go to school together? I doubt it, because I've never met her. And he's like, yeah, I'll leave soon. I just have to, put some clothes on. Dragging it out. I'm like ready to lay down some plastic bags for when he shows up and give him the old American Psycho treatment. Because I'm not having it. And then eventually, after I think about 30 minutes, he's finally left the house and is on his way. And I'm like, okay, it's just a rough trot. This will be good. This will be great. Good things come to those who wait, is what I'm telling myself. Not that night. He lives maybe about 3 kilometers away from me. Maybe 4 or 5 at the max, but you get the picture. And at this time of night, there's no traffic. There's hardly ever traffic in my suburb, let alone at this time of night. Granted, there are a lot of roundabouts, I get that. But it takes him maybe 20 minutes. Well, probably not 20 minutes. I don't think I would have waited an hour. I 100% would have cancelled on him. But it takes him a while to get to my place. Now, he gets to my place and then gets confused, can't find it, and I have to, on the phone, 1223 directory assist guide him to where I am. He's literally maybe 400 meters away, and I'm sat on my bed talking to this guy like, yeah, I know where you are. Just pull over, get out, and get here. Or I don't know, get a brain. You have a phone, I'm talking to you on it. Use Google Maps, figure it out. Absolutely mad. Like, I'm getting mad right now just thinking about that I had to deal with this, and I'm embarrassed that I let myself put up with this, or that I even tolerated this. But you know what I said? I said, look, he's Middle Eastern, he's muscular, that's really all I know about him. But from my experience, I quite like Middle Eastern men, particularly the muscular ones, and they tend to know what they're doing. They tend to never let me down, and they tend to pile drive me home, Well, stereotypes aren't always right or true or however you want to say it, because this guy, after spending all this time getting him to my place, and I had seen photos of what I was going to be working with, and these were photos of him. Now, I don't know what kind of lens he was using, or what kind of Photoshop wizardry was involved in these photos he sent me. But what I saw in person was very different to what I couldn't feel in real life. Okay? Now, like I said, I knew him from the gym, so I think I trust him enough to know that he's not gonna. I don't understand what happened, and I've looked at the photos again, and it looks way bigger than it actually is. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it just photographs well, but I could not feel it, and I don't mean, I couldn't feel it like a huge 12-inch sub. I mean, I didn't know if it was in me or not. But that didn't matter, okay? I'm a team player. So I'm there giving a full fantasy show, pretending I know what the hell he's just done. And look, it says more about me than it does about him. You could probably swing a baseball bat around inside me, and I wouldn't know. I get that, so hold your jokes for later. Okay, I'm aware. I'm aware. But could he feel it? That's what I don't understand. So anyway, back to what happened. I couldn't feel it. I really couldn't. I didn't know what was going on. But he's pounding away, and I'm like, oh my God. Not only have I just, and I don't know if I would call it sex, but we'll call it sex. Not only have I just degraded myself and allowed myself to have sex with 3 men in one night. Always safe, by the way, don't get it twisted. There's no sex that's worth changing your entire life for, particularly with these 3. But anyway, I'm thinking, where am I going in life? What am I doing? Why have I allowed this to happen in 2018? Do I not know better? Apparently not. And for these dickwads to waste my time, I'm honestly sweating right now because I'm getting mad all over again. I was exhausted. I was gorgeous, but exhausted. And here I was doing the charitable thing, pretending like this guy isn't hung like an ant. But I'm guessing he figured out that I was lying. That I was pretending that I was putting on an Academy Award-winning show, because then he says to me, do you want me to put it back in, or is this enough? Or is what I'm doing enough for you? So from that moment on, he knew I was a liar, a bold-faced liar, pretending like I knew what was going on. I then became a little confused about what actually was going on. I don't know. I don't know if he thought it was just too huge to put it in and that he didn't want to do any damage. And so he was just, I don't know, thrusting away. It really didn't matter because I couldn't feel it anyway. But he said to me, do you want me to put it back in? And you know what I said? I said, no, I think I'm done. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just really tired. I think I'm done. I hope you had a good time. But you kind of threw me off when you couldn't figure out where my building was. You kind of threw me off when you wasted my time, and I've just had a long night. I think I'm done. He was like, oh, okay, that's all right. That's fine, yeah, no, like, I totally get it. Maybe, like, some other time, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I would love that. This was enjoyable. This was a total pleasure. This was entirely my pleasure. Thank you for gracing me with your expertise. I will see you again. Have a lovely night. And then I just sat on my bed, and I'm surprised I didn't cry because I really questioned who I was after that night, where I had got myself, what I was doing, where I'm going. I really questioned it. Because not only was I mad and tired and a little confused about how luck of the draw I had to put up with this, what thing I did in a past life that made me deserve this. But I thought, why did I allow this? And let me tell you, since then, I have never again let any man waste my time by even seconds. Because I have PTSD. It brings me right back to that night where every Tom, Dick, and Harry, literally, wanted to take their sweet-ass time. No. Why would you want to... If I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not going to waste your time. If I don't know how to paint a house, you know what I don't do? Come over and offer to paint your house. So... I'm pissed. I'm really pissed. I'm still pissed. Like, I want to seek legal representation. Because it's not right. It's a waste of my time, a waste of my energy. But hey, that's on me for lacking morals, I guess. So anyway, that was the worst night of my life. Now I'm all mad and bothered about it. I'm gonna go finish my Pellegrino. Spill it on me, apparently, because I'm so mad. But hey, doesn't this foundation look gorgeous? Dior Air Flash, how are you? Which the time I cried in Dior is a whole other story. But I need to cool down. I need to take a Xanax after reliving this horrible experience. And my feet kind of hurt because I'm actually kneeling down right now. And you're probably thinking, aren't you used to kneeling down for 30 minutes? Yes. No, that's not true. I prefer to do it on my back. But anyway, thanks for watching. Another video next week. Watch my other videos. You can probably tell I'm actually really bothered right now. So I'm gonna go. Don't forget to subscribe.